Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a little Ascension energy, Ascension symptom update video. I had a lot of information coming through to share with you guys, so I'm just gonna get to saying it, and hopefully some of this stuff can kind of be helpful for you, even if it's sort of just like a review and connecting you to the simple truths about what's happening right now as far as the ascension process on Earth is concerned. The first thing I wrote is there's just lots of trauma coming up, whether that be terror or grief, darkness, shadow, whatever the sensations that are coming up, however they're feeling in your body. Just know that trauma, it goes really fast. It's in a hurry. And the key with trauma is slowing down for it. I wrote down self-soothing is really key. Self-care. So however that feels in your body of like really slowing down for this trauma, whether that's fuzzy blankets, chamomile tea, cats. There's a lot of cats where I live, and I could feel how yesterday they were just helping me to slow down and ground. And grounding's another key aspect of slowing down. So maybe connecting with earth, doing some grounding yin yoga, connecting to really peaceful inner mantras, like when you breathe in, just feeling into I love you. So I love you to the trauma. And then as you're exhaling, feeling into it's okay, or you're safe. And so this is what the trauma that's coming up and that's being triggered by all this light is really needing. It's just needing you to slow down for it. And if you're feeling urgent, like you have to have something right now, that's coming from trauma. And so we can have those sensations going through the body. I wrote down just a real simple truth about these times to remind you guys. And it was a good reminder for me too. And that's that we're going through a collective energetic upgrade. We're going through this huge upgrade energetically here on Earth. And so anything vibrating lower than love, peace, and well-being is gonna come up to be alchemized. And we're gonna feel those vibrations in our body that have been just buried in various areas where we store trauma. And so those energies that are vibrating within us, in the collective and in our own bodies, we could say below the energy of love, below the vibration of peace, it's like these vibrations are going to come up to be witnessed. And that's all we have to do, is we just have to witness them. We just have to hold them. And that leads right into the next thing I wrote down, which is, there's a lot happening in the body, and to stay present with the body, because this alchemical process that's happening in the body, you're already, this awakened awareness, you're already love. That's your true nature. And, the essence of these times is to bring that true nature, to bring that essence into this body, so that these animal bodies can eventually wake up into divine bodies. And, you are just plain sort of host to this process, to this alchemical process in the body that you're in. And you're the loving awareness that is bringing about this process in this body here on earth. So one of the things that I wrote down is to embrace the softness, and I wrote down sensuality. It's like the softness and the sensuality of the divine feminine. That, there's so much heat and so much fire going on right now on earth, within us. There's so much Agni, which is the spiritual fire of transformation. And so what came to me yesterday was embracing, that divine feminine element of sensuality, which is really the element of water. So bringing, just this softness, this tenderness to yourself, this, and like I was alluding to in the beginning, this feeling of really self-soothing, and this can help these traumatized parts coming up. It can help your body to not feel neglected. And so whatever that means for you, that like sensuality of like just connecting to yourself from this space of just really feminine love. Because a lot of these traumatized parts, when they're coming up and we can almost feel them screaming within us, they're actually just screaming for mom. They're like, mommy, please. So, and that's a lot of the addiction patterns and a lot of chasing things. It's like these parts are just really wanting motherly love. They need the love from mom right now. So for you, whether that's the divine mother, Mother Earth, or just the mother within, and this transcends, gender. So even if you're a man, finding a way to mother these traumatized parts of you is so crucial. And we all have the divine feminine within us and the divine masculine. And so it's really finding a way to connect to that divine feminine within you right now. I feel like that's what's being asked for in the collective on earth. And that's going to help ease a lot of the symptoms you're going through, which I'll get to in a minute. I also wrote down these energies are trying to bring you into the present moment. Notice if you're existing a lot in the past and the future, and that's sort of going to create more resistance to these energies, and it's going to amplify the suffering. I wrote down when we're actually in presence with these energies, there's going to be this sense of more spaciousness. And these energies will be able to work through us in a more harmonious way. So notice that if you're in past and future a lot, if you're in the mind space a lot, these energies are actually trying to bring you into presence. They're actually trying to bring you into a deeper state of being. And that's what I wrote. The light is trying to bring you into a deeper state of being, and it's dissolving / incinerating, because at times it can feel quite incinerating. So it's dissolving / incinerating the fabric of egoic consciousness. It's annihilating the conditioned, time-bound self, and which is a tremendous gift, even though it can feel really hellish, really even barbaric at times, annihilation of the egoic self. It sounds beautiful in a sense, right? Liberating ourselves from that time-bound self. But the actual alchemical process of that happening can be quite agonizing and really, really brutal. So that's why I was really trying to bring through the information about connecting to self-soothing, self-care, softness, tenderness. And I also wrote down, like a self-care routine can be really crucial right now, and sticking to it, can help you feel much better within yourself during these times. Also, just this divine feminine prayer came through of just allowing yourself to melt into God, where all true desires are fulfilled. So it's like under any desire is actually just the desire to know God more deeply. And when we know God more deeply, that's when all of our true desires actually effortlessly manifest in our lives. And I wrote down, have appreciation for the light, for the process, even though it's hard, even though it's challenging, even though it's taking you to your breaking point and beyond at times. A true appreciation and gratefulness for being a part of this process, it seems to ease the burdens quite a bit. And then for the symptoms, I wrote down lots of burning. That's, pretty self-explanatory. Labored breathing, like this acid rain feeling might be coming about within your consciousness. And that's just a lot of grace and bliss and light. Congestion. Your nervous system might go into a deep freeze. That's just a lot of resistance. Insomnia. I know I didn't get much sleep last night. So there's just lots of symptoms going around. You might be going through a lot of brain fog, a lot of disassociation, disorientation. Maybe you can't think straight. Maybe you're having trouble processing information. It's a lot of, this is all related to the underpinning reason for all of this is that you're just going through a major energetic upgrade. Literally the fabric of your being is being transformed. Your egoic consciousness, the egoic mind that really exists in, like I keep saying, future, the past, that exists in duality, right and wrong, good and evil, should and shouldn't. All of that is being alchemized. You're coming into more of this space of oneness, more of this intuitive type of inner, it's like this intuitive mind, you could say, this true mind, this true heart that sees God in everything. And that's no small, transformation, and it's going to create all kinds of symptoms, and it's going to create all kinds of sensations, and the mind is going to have all kinds of opinions about it. That egoic consciousness is going to resist it. The egoic consciousness is going to have fear about it and terror. But just know that this is for your highest good. This is to dissolve all the veils between you and God. This is to remove any blockages and obstacles between knowing yourself as an extension of source energy. Between, these blockages that keep us stuck in the little me, the little self, that keep us stuck in the personality. It's like these energies are removing all of those blockages so that you can experience yourself as what you are. And what you are is a divine being. So this is all about treating yourself as what you are, a divine being. Self-care, nourishment, going slow, letting go of the hurry, divine feminine, rest, allow, presence. Simple, not easy, but simple. Keeping it simple, staying grounded. All right, I hope that helps. There's a lot of information. Sending you all so much love. Thank you for the donations. They really help support this work, and they mean a lot to me. I'll leave links in the description box if you'd like to support this work with a donation, and probably a link in the comments as well. May peace be with you all. Namaste.